What's good, guys? Welcome back to the Last Word Sports, and today we have an absolute banger. We will be discussing who is the best pitcher in baseball right now. And the three guys I chose for this little tournament, if you will, where we'll be going through all categories of what makes a pitcher great. So we got velocity, we got off speed, control, game pressure, and most of all, wins. Does the pitcher put his team in a position to win the game? And the three guys I chose are kind of like the undisputed three best pitchers in the game right now. We got Garrett Cole, Jacob DeGrom, and Max Scherzer. So I'm going to take you through all these categories, and the winner of the most categories will be deemed our best pitcher in the MLB currently. All right, first off is velocity. Now, velocity is probably going to be the simplest category out of all of these. It's pretty much, does he throw the ball hard? Does he miss bats with his primary pitch? And I had to give this to Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole has kind of made a living off his four-seam and two-seam fastball where he mixes them well. He's got nice movement on the two-seam, but at the same time, he can kind of ride the way of kind of like Nolan Ryan used to do with his four-seam fastball. He gets up there. I actually just looked this up on MLB Statcast just to confirm myself, and I was correct. Garrett Cole is on an average hitting 98 miles per hour as a starter. As a starter, that's absolutely insane. DeGrom and Max Scherzer, they have some pretty good heat on theirs. They can touch 98 sometimes, but mainly they're in the 96 region. I would have to say they're more known for their control and their movement on their pitches, but Garrett Cole, absolutely a flamethrower in the starting position as a pitcher, and that's crazy to me. So I had to give velocity to Garrett Cole. Next up, we got off speed and slash movement. I kind of put those side by side because if you have good movement on your off speed, it's gonna be a good time. Excuse me. So Garrett Cole's off speed, he's got a nice curveball, but it's definitely not what he's known for. Max Scherzer, he's got okay pitches. He's got a decent slider, a decent curveball. He's got okay cutter that breaks okay, but mainly his sliders used just to elude the fastball because his sliders got some decent velocity on it. I went with Jacob DeGrom for movement and off speed because Jacob DeGrom's slider is actually used as his strikeout pitch. He throws that probably, I actually looked this up too, he throws it like 35% of the time for a strikeout, which is absolutely incredible that you can rely on a pitch that much and the hitter can know it's coming and they still won't hit it. Houston Astros. But DeGrom's curveball, he actually usually never throws. He throws it 3% of the time. But if you watch him throw it, it's got just unreal break on it. Just absolutely crazy break. And his changeup is so good. His changeup switches up the speed so much, drops to good 10 to 15 miles per hour every single time, gets hitters off balance. And if you can get hitters off balance, you're going to be a very, very effective pitcher. So I gave off speed to Jacob DeGrom. Next up is control, and it's Jacob DeGrom again. Jacob DeGrom has by far the best control in the game. He can hit the corners very, very well, hardly ever gives up home runs, just an absolute god when it comes to hitting his spots. As for Garrett Cole and Max Scherzer, they're considered top three in the game for a reason, so they can obviously hit their spots, but Cole being more of a flamethrower, he's just concerned about throwing it by the guys, and it was between kind of Max and Jacob DeGrom, but I overall went with DeGrom. Next up is game pressure. And what I mean by game pressure is, do they put the pressure on the other team to make something happen? Is their whip low? Is their ERA low? Are they getting high strikeout numbers? Stuff like that. So I went online to look up some strikeout numbers, and as you might guess, Garrett Cole dominated the strikeout numbers. So I had to look at whip next. And once I looked at whip, I saw DeGrom was sub 1. He was 0.9 around there. And I was like, oh, man, like DeGrom's probably got this. And I looked, and Garrett Cole was sub 0.9. He was like 0.87 or something like that. And I was absolutely astonished by that. I did not know Garrett Cole kept that many guys off bases. I thought him being a flamethrower, his walk number would be up, but actually they were kind of around the same region as DeGrom and Max Scherzer. So when I looked at game pressure, it had to be Gerrit Cole. Gerrit Cole absolutely puts the pressure on the other team, makes them try to get out of a hole that's been already dug for them, especially when Gerrit Cole's on a pretty good team, too. He just went from the Houston Astros, a great offensive team, to the New York Yankees, an even better offensive team, where now the other team is forced to try and get something on the board because Gerrit Cole just dominated you, and then Aaron Judge, Gary Sanchez, they both went yard a few times, probably down 4-5-0, top or bottom of 7th, depending on home team. Like, you've been dug in a hole, and a number of times I've seen this happen with the Houston Astros. Now that I'm thinking about it, Gerrit Cole absolutely put the pressure on every single team he faces. And last up is wins. This could be argued in game pressure, but wins is, does this pitcher put his team in a position to win? And once again, I had to look at some stats. I had to consider a few things. But overall, I did indeed go with Gerrit Cole once again. Gerrit Cole led the MLB in wins last year. His low whip numbers kind of just took it home for me because that's absolutely astonishing what he was able to do last season with his low whip numbers. You know, it was between him and DeGrom. I feel bad for not giving Max anything, but Max was kind of like number 2 for everything. Max was kind of like just really good at everything. He's a very, very, very solid pitcher. And obviously, if he's top 3 pitchers in the league right now, he's got to be doing something, right? But when I thought about does he put his team in a position to win, I had to think about, does the rest of his team put the pitcher in a position to win the game? And when I thought about Jacob DeGrom does a good job at putting his team in a position to win, but his team sucks. His team can not get runs for him. So when the late innings come and fatigue starts to hit in, when DeGrom's master control starts to slip a little bit due to his high pitch counts, the other team gets some runs here and there, and the Mets lose the game because of their horrible bullpen. That's why DeGrom only went like 12-8 last year, because, you know, he put his teams in position to win. However, his team did not put him in a position to win the game. As for Gerrit Cole went like 22-5. That's unreal. Anytime you get plus 20 wins a year for a pitcher in like 33 starts, that's absolutely incredible. Gerrit Cole absolutely put his team in a position to win every single time he went into the game, and that overall did it for me. So if you look back, Gerrit Cole won 3 out of the 5 categories, unfortunately making him the best pitcher in baseball today. I'm very saddened to say this because he is a New York Yankee, but it is the truth. Gerrit Cole is the best pitcher in baseball today. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, please leave a like. If you have a difference of opinion, if you wanted me to show more love to Max Scherzer, leave it in the comments section. I'd love to hear it. Thank you for watching. This has been The Last Word.